It's a great pleasure to have Ken Kurtis with us again this evening. Ken?
Thank you, Jerry. I'm impressed with myself, too. Thank you very much. Oh, wait, I need to do... Try that. Okay, Tim, let her rip. Maybe. There we go. Just so you know, by the way, it's a fairly informal talk. So heckling is encouraged, but realize I give as good as I get, so be careful. This is Gentle Jaws, Diving with Whale Sharks. I actually have two versions of this talk. There's Dentistry Made Easy, because my uncle was a dentist and I recently had my teeth cleaned, so obviously I'm an expert. So would anybody like the dentistry version? No. You want the whale shark version? Fine. Let me know, I'll pander to the crowd. Anyhow, as Jerry said, I am a scuba instructor, a volunteer here, and I own a dive shop. So it was really cool when we got to go. You get whale sharks every now and then around the world, but what we're going to talk about tonight is a specific experience diving with whale sharks down off of the Yucatan Peninsula, and it's a really, really cool thing, as you will see. But let's give you some basic whale shark facts to get going. I see you guys are writing notes there. You're really putting me on the spot now. But some basic whale shark facts. And if you'd like to be known as a whale shark expert, here's the first thing you need to know. We don't know much. So if you just always say, I really don't know, you too can be a whale shark expert. Whale sharks, we don't know how many there are in the world. They're hard to find at times. So that's one reason we don't know much. In 1992, I want to say it was, I got my first taste of lots of whale sharks down in La Paz, Mexico. And about 2 years later, I was having lunch with Eugenie Clark, who's like one step below Sylvia Earle. And she had just written an article for National Geographic about whale sharks and whale shark researchers. And she said most people who research whale sharks never see them in their lifetime. So it's changed a little bit since then in 20 years, but that's just something to keep in the back of your mind. We don't know a lot, but we can give you some actual stuff we do know. Largest fish in the world. Okay, so they're a fish. They're not a mammal or anything, not anything like that. They're not the largest animal in the ocean. Here's your aquarium in the Pacific test. The largest animal in the ocean would be? Very good. And where can you see one? Right through that wall. Very good. Whale sharks, don't go see the blue whale now. Wait till I'm done. Whale sharks are found worldwide. They're generally in temperate waters. If you drew just sort of a band across the middle of the earth, that's sort of where they tend to be found. They're sort of warm water wussies, if you will. They are plankton eaters, which is interesting because they are not considered a top predator, even though they're huge, because they eat plankton and sometimes they will eat small fish as well. And the maximum length approximately about 45 feet or so. The average ones we tend to run into down in Mexico are probably 25 feet, something like that. But that's the length of this row here. So I mean, it's a pretty impressive fish. But to give you an idea of 45 feet, it's the size of a city bus. Okay, so just picture a city bus that swims. Not to be confused, it's not an airplane. Is that a cool plane or what? Japan Transocean. You know the problem on this flight, though? You know what they serve you to eat? Plankton. That's all they... Now remember, I give as good as I get, so be careful. Let's take a look at where we find whale sharks around the world. So I mentioned La Paz, down in the Sea of Cortez. We're going to talk about the Yucatan Peninsula, the Galapagos, good spot for them. Off the northern tip of Madagascar, we find them in the Maldives. In fact, a buddy of mine just spent his 63rd birthday watching 3 whale sharks cavorting under his boat in the Maldives about 2 weeks ago. Ningaloo Reef in Australia is another known large aggregation of whale sharks. And in the Philippines, they find them, they've gotten them to the point where they've conditioned them that the whale sharks will actually come in and be fed small fish and krill and whatever by the fishermen.